Hello, welcome to the Center for Parenting Education and the third part of our webcast called From Gimme to Grateful. In this article, we'll explore some reasons why parents might overindulge their children, and then we'll discuss what parenting style is most effective in teaching children to be appreciative for what they have. We'll also talk about what parents can do to raise children to become caring and responsible people. So why do parents overindulge their children? Take a look at the list on the screen. You can think about any that may apply to you or to people that you know. You can see that there are many reasons why parents do overindulge their children, and it becomes easy for children to continue to think of themselves as special, privileged beings whose every whim should be immediately satisfied, and who never feel like they have enough if their parents don't teach them otherwise. So let's take a look at how you can teach your children the value of gratitude.
There are three main parenting styles. We'll give you an overview here about these styles. For more details about these, you can view our on-demand article entitled The Parenting Style for Discipline That Works. All the way to one extreme is the permissive parent. This parent tends to give in, doesn't like to say no, wants to be liked, does not demand respect, overgives, and does not set limits. Children raised by these parents might be considered overindulged and may seem spoiled. On the other extreme is the aggressive parent. This parent tends to argue and fight, is overly strict, uses harsh punishment, and has a litany of rules and regulations that the child must follow. Children raised in these families often do not share what they have, are not respectful, are not empathetic or kind, do not take responsibility on their own initiative, and do not have a charitable spirit. The assertive parent falls in the middle between the other two styles. This parent demands respect and is respectful of the child, is willing to set limits and does so in a kind and caring way, listens to the child's wants but does not feel compelled to comply, knows her own values and what she considers to be important. It is this third style that is most likely to raise children who are responsible, caring, giving individuals who feel grateful for what they have and are willing to give back and share with others. These traits have been modeled for them, taught to them, and they are given guidance and they are expected to comply.
So what can parents do? How can we become that assertive parent? We say that there are two roles that parents need to fulfill in order to fulfill their parenting responsibilities. The first is what we call the caring role, and the second is the executive role. The caring role includes love, nurture, understanding, time, attention, patience, acceptance, and support. The benefits for children of the caring role are that they feel trusted and that they can trust people in their environment. They feel supported and confident, and they feel worthy and understood. The executive role includes guidance, discipline, setting limits, imparting values, having rules and structure in the home, giving direction, and teaching skills. The benefit for children of using the executive role are that they gain a sense of reliance, responsibility, they learn that they're capable, they're able to tolerate frustration and delay gratification, their judgment improves, and they learn to take other people's feelings into account. Children need parents who are willing to be both supportive and nurturing, as well as willing to be the disciplinarian. You can think of these two roles as being balanced, as you see in this screen, with parents using each of the roles as each situation demands it. With parents who tend to be overindulgent, the balance is weighted more toward the nurturing role, as you see on this screen. In order to balance the seesaw, parents need to say no to some of their children's requests. They need to demand that the children meet responsibilities and to expect that their children will delay some gratification. And parents also need to follow through with consequences when the children do not behave appropriately. Children need parents who give them opportunities to make decisions and choices so they can learn from their own experiences. Parents need to set these demands in the face of disappointment or momentary anger on the part of their children, and they need to be in the executive role while they're still being kind and caring. For more information about this topic, view our on-demand article entitled The Dual Role of Parenting. So how do we teach our children to be grateful for what they have rather than have a sense of entitlement? First, it's important that parents recognize their own needs and get them met directly, not through their children. In this way, parents are less likely to overindulge their children because they don't feel deprived themselves.
Also, be aware of the kind of role model you are for your children, in terms of feeling gratitude for what you have and having a charitable spirit.
Know what your values are about giving and receiving.
Balance being in both the executive and the nurturing roles. Work on being comfortable in the executive role. Establish rules, set limits when necessary, and impose and follow through with consequences. Remember that your children do not have to like the limits you set in order to follow them.
Do not do for your child what he can clearly do for himself. Encourage independence and a sense of capability and responsibility. This will lead to children who have high self-esteem and are able and willing to give to others.
Hold your child accountable for her behavior. Do not overprotect your children by rescuing them from their responsibilities or by making excuses for them. Impose your own consequences at home and help them face outside consequences for their behavior by being a support and helping them to learn from their mistakes, not by bailing them out.
Listen to your children's wants and teach them to distinguish between wants and needs.
Help your child to become an educated and critical consumer of the media. Discuss TV programs and advertisements with him.
Give your child the opportunity to contribute to the family through regular chores.
Spend time with your children more often than you spend money on them. Children will remember the outings you took them on or the talks you've had with them far longer than they will remember the latest technology gadget you bought for them.
Engage your children in activities that they enjoy, in which they can gain a sense of accomplishment and lose themselves in the thrill of mastery. This is one of the most powerful ways to counter our culture of consumerism and increase children's self-esteem and feelings of being capable.
And finally, give your children opportunities and encourage them to give their time or money to charity.
Remember, your job is not to raise a happy child, but one who becomes a caring, responsible, contented person who can feel and express gratitude for what he has. Thank you for joining us. For more information about overindulgence, check out the other 2 articles in this series called From Gimme to Grateful. You may also find the Discipline series helpful in instilling gratitude in your children.